everyone. Welcome to Cosmos and Spread. My name is Michelle Rogers, and I'm very thankful to have you with me today, Taurus, and also any cross watchers as well. I want to tell you straight off, this reading is beautiful. What came through in clairvoyance and clairaudience was absolutely phenomenal for your reading for the next 7 days, Taurus. I'm just so thankful that you're having such a beautifully blessed reading. Before I go to the reading, let me please say scammers are just incredible right now. Please do not click on their message. Even clicking on the message, what I've researched, you don't even have to click on the links that they're putting in the messages. If you just click on their message, that they can actually retrieve all information on whatever device you're on at that time. So please, if you see them before I can get to them to block them and report them, please do so. I definitely appreciate that. Now, to move along, I'm going to go ahead and start by telling you that I've got some beautiful things getting ready to take place, already in motion. For this channel. Going to be switching things a little bit. I am doing a weekly reading right now. I will be doing next week a full length, close to 1 hour, give or take, monthly reading. But also I'm going to be doing a lot of new exciting things at other times on this channel. So I don't want to give it all away right now. But just know that we have some really cool things coming up, and I can't wait to get those in motion. Okay, Taurus, so the first thing that came through during prayer and meditation was I saw this big, huge, bright white light. Now, this is a symbolization of God, the Holy Divine, purity, positivity, happiness, peace, harmony coming in, okay? And then I was shown another vision, and I saw this bright, huge white orb. Okay, and the orb, it was the bright white light. Okay, but it was a light that I honestly cannot explain unless you've had a spiritual experience yourself. That you would know what I'm talking about, because you can't see this with our natural eyes, in this 3D realm. But it was so beautiful and so pure. And so that also has the same meaning as the previous vision of, of God, the Holy Divine, purity, positivity, happiness, peace, love, joy, harmony. But in addition to that, because it came to me in the shape of an orb, okay, this has a unique meaning, a symbology for me. And that means usually that it's a close loved one that is coming in to assist you during this time. Okay, so what this is telling me, of course, this may not be for all of you, because, although each of us have our own paths, and most of us believe that our family can come back and help us. There are some this may not resonate with, okay? So just take this how this resonates for you. But I do feel like at this time there are many of you, Taurus, that are surrounded by family or close loved ones that have passed on, okay, from human form, and they are with you, assisting you at this time. All right, so now here comes the even more beautiful part that they are assisting you with. And for others, this could absolutely be someone in this 3D realm that is assisting you as well. Okay, so in vision, I was standing on a small mountain. I'm going to read this how I wrote it out so I don't forget anything. I was looking out at the ocean, so I was standing on top of this mountain. Okay, and remember, it was a small mountain. Okay, so but I was looking, it was like I was standing there and I was looking out at the ocean, and the breeze was just enough to keep me cool. So it wasn't the type of breeze that would just, blow my hair back. Not like that. It was just a touch, of a very light breeze, just enough to where I wouldn't be sweating, but comfortable. and the water was so calm, and it was like late evening, and the sun was this beautiful vibrant fuchsia color, and it lit up the sky. There were no clouds, and I felt so peaceful, Taurus. I looked down and I saw I was standing on thick green grass. Okay, and it was a very cushiony texture too. You know how some grass, I know here in Kentucky, um, quite a bit of the grass here, when you take your shoes off and try to walk barefoot, um, especially in the summertime, the grass can get pretty prickly. It's not truly soft. This grass was just so plush and soft. It was just like just this beautiful cushion. Okay. And the thing was that the whole mountaintop where I was standing was completely covered. There were no patches of, just dirt or anything like that. It was all vibrantly green grass. Okay. There were no clouds. Now that's important as well. Because clouds usually mean, in symbology for me, some kind of obstacle, but there were none. Okay. I felt so peaceful. I looked down and I saw, I told you already, I was on the green grass. The green was very vibrant and alive. I'm sorry, I'm excited. It was just so beautiful. I also could see in a distance the sand. Okay. And the sand was tan in color, like right at the edge, of course, as of the ocean, right? The sand was wet. Now that's important. And I could tell that the ocean water had been turbulent, and it was very recent because the sand was still wet. Okay, you know how the sand looks darker when it's wet? Okay, so here's what I feel like this vision represents for you, Taurus, for the next 7 days. And this can, of course, go on further. However, please keep in mind that some of you may have already, what I'm getting ready to interpret, have already been going through, and some of you may just now be stepping into this situation. Okay, so first of all, the mountain, that means overcoming an obstacle. Now keep in mind that the mountain was a short one. Okay, and I don't really want to call it a hill because it did resemble more of a mountain. Okay, but mountains have a lot of representation for me when it comes to symbols. And so basically, the higher the mountain, the steeper the mountain, the more jagged or rough edged the mountains are, the harder the obstacles that you're having to overcome. Okay, so since this was a short mountain and it was basically flat on top, so it wasn't a very huge obstacle. It was obstacle enough, okay, but it wasn't something extremely massive. Okay, the ocean was calm. Okay, so that means emotions are connected to water. Okay, so with the water being calm, that's telling me that emotionally and in your household surroundings, in your life, you're going to have some calmness and some peace. Okay, the breeze. Okay, now the breeze, it was, like I said, it was just enough. So what that was telling me is that you are being provided everything needed, okay, to reach the top of that mountain, to overcome that obstacle. Okay, and then the time of day, it was late evening, and so it's telling me that, late evening, it's time to rest and indulge in yourself, indulge in relaxation, nurturing yourself. Okay, the sun, by the sun being present, that is a symbolization of spiritual awareness and revitalizing yourself and your surroundings and peacefulness too. Okay, so you have a lot of calm, peace, harmony, all this positivity, which goes right along with, in the beginning, I saw the two bright white lights, right? Okay, so then the fuchsia, the color of the sun, the color fuchsia spiritually is representing self-confidence and liveliness. Okay, like bringing your vitality back. And then the grass being so green and being so full and thick and cushiony, just heavenly, that's a symbolization of growth. Okay, now the sand. Now here's the big thing about the sand. I felt like with the sand, you have been, or you're getting ready to contemplate about your life, and the time it will take to complete a task, a goal, or something. Okay, because in general, sand is like like those I forget what they're called, but the time things you turn upside down, they have sand in them. Okay, that's generally a meaning of sand symbolization. But with this, because it was just lying there by the ocean, what I felt was you're contemplating something, and about your life, and how long is it going to take you to go this path, or if you go this path. And it could also not just be time, it could also involve other things, like it could involve finances. If I take this path, how long is it going to take me, and how's that going to involve my finances? Or if I go this direction, finances might be easier, but how much longer is it going to take me to get there? So I feel like it could be that, or it could also involve people. Okay, if you go this route, is this route going to affect you as far as being around someone that's more toxic, but it's a shorter route? Or you see what I'm saying? So it's a definite, some kind of contemplation, thinking about which way to go with something. But then also the sand, the symbolization is it's not a solid foundation. Okay, so, and think about this, it was wet. Okay, so recently there had been turbulent water. The ocean water had been so rough and rocky that it had actually thrown itself up and wet. It had the whole beach of sand was saturated. Okay, so there had been some kind of conflict. So it's like now that the conflict has calmed down. Okay, but the fact is the situation still happened, or is getting ready to happen. So now you're left at a crossroads of, okay, do I choose this path, or do I choose this path? So here's what I can tell you. I can't tell you which path to choose, because again, we are all on our own journeys. But this is basically going to be something you're going to have to think about when you're facing this decision. Okay, so in the vision, you did, because I am representing you, Taurus, in the vision. Okay, so you did climb up that mountain. Okay, so you did overcome that obstacle, and you did take the long way. You could have taken the easy path, okay, because it was all flat. You could have just walked straight and not had to, try to climb up this little mountain. But the fact is, had you have stayed on that easy path, that turbulent water would have came and washed you away. Okay, but at the end, I was standing on top of the mountain representing you, and enjoying this beautiful scenery, enjoying my life, enjoying the calm and the peace. So it's definitely something Spirit wants you to be aware of. Now we're going to go ahead and pull some cards. I'm going to start with this deck. I was already shown a few decks that Spirit wants me to use for these weekly readings this time. So I'm just going to stick with those unless Spirit tells me differently. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, I ask that you please show me, tell me, or both, what does Taurus need to know for the next 7 days, please, What spiritual guidance for Taurus the next 7 days, please, Spirit? Oh, thank you. This one? Yes. More, Spirit? No. Okay. So we have one from this deck. Let's see what Spirit says. Okay, nice. Number 7, which is an angel number 16. I do recommend that you please look up angel number 16. I'm going to give you the reduced number, which is 7. Okay. So the number 7, also it says expansion, educate your mind and senses. Okay. Now the number 7 can also correlate with the tower moment. It can, be that shaking up, that conflict that comes in, and it may seem like a harsh adversity sometimes, but please realize towers don't have to be negative, okay? Towers are actually a really good thing. And yeah, sometimes they don't feel like a good thing when we're going through them. But what they do a lot of times is they push us to the top. Just like you had, you chose to go up and stand on top of that mountain instead of taking the easy way, okay? So that conflict did not consume you, all right? Now, it could have if you allowed it. That's the thing. Where is your mindset, Taurus? When you're going through adversity, are you focused on what you are perceiving is happening, or are you focused on the end goal of, hey, this is something that Spirit's doing to help me. There's something better. Okay, there's a better situation here for me. There's something better that I'm not seeing. So I'm going to trust Spirit to remove anything, cleanse my life, anything that is not good for me anymore, and assist me to what's better. Okay. And yes, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes these things, they are scary. Sometimes they're not fun. Okay. But it all depends on how we look at these things as well. Okay. This also correlates with the number 7 with the Chariot. Okay. And what the Chariot means to me in tarot, it's like, a lot of times the Chariot, not all decks, but in many, will be sitting still, be sitting on the ground. Okay. Waiting for liftoff. But sometimes it's sitting there. So it's kind of like having to get things in harmony again, making that choice. Okay, which path do you want to go? We can't move until we know exactly which direction we're going to go, right? Okay. So then, like Spirit's saying, okay, now the conflict has happened, or getting ready to for some of you. Now, once that conflict has taken place, which path do you want to go? Make your choice, and then boom, it's time for that Chariot to lift off, okay? And for Spirit to be able to assist you and guide you where you need to be, okay? What's going to make your heart happy and what's better for your highest good. Because, right, sometimes we just can't see the bigger picture like Spirit can. Now, I'm going to read from the book so that I can make sure that I give you all the information, because the card meanings on this deck of cards are super long, so I don't want to miss anything for you there. Just a moment, please. Let me show you this card up close. Okay. All right. So expansion, learning through life experiences, educate your mind and senses. Expansion is an inevitable process of the universe. The knowledge of history, sciences, mathematics, and social understanding continue to grow through the foundation of new knowledge, awareness, and experience. Human beings and human consciousness also continue to evolve and expand. It is part of the evolutionary process. Clinging to old and past experiences restricts a person's ability to grow. Expanding yourself spiritually and emotionally allows you to feel a greater sense of love, compassion, and harmony. Self-realization follows these new levels of awareness as you build upon your previous knowledge and life experiences. Realize that you are always in a permanent state of learning. learning about yourself physically and emotionally, how you interact with others, and what you like or dislike are all experiences that create expansion within your spirit. More importantly, it is never too late to learn. You may have just left behind an old life, previously gone through separation or divorce, began a new job or career path, or started a family. It might seem comforting now, but don't be afraid to ask for help or advice about these matters. Support is available to you. Just ask. Right now, you are in a process of learning. Career goals, education, and skills based training are a focus now. This new information is needed for the next step of your life. You may be feeling that you aren't up to the task ahead. Don't fear. Everything you need will be available to you in divine timing. Yes, see, that's just like the breeze. Everything you need is right there. The spiritual growth, that green grass. It's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. It may feel like you are on the edge and not knowing what to do next. All that means is that this is a new experience and you require more information for the journey ahead. Research your area of focus. So choose, you're contemplating about something. Make that choice, okay? Research and write things out. Make some type of strategy or goal sheet or pros and cons sheet, something so that you can see it on paper and you can see what would best fit your journey, okay, that would make you happiest. Research your area of focus. A new level of study or education will benefit you now as you prepare and organize your future. Okay, and it says right here, organize your future. Now, that's setting solid foundations, right? Remember, you didn't choose the sand. That's not solid. Okay, you chose to go up that mountain. It was a harder path, but it was a solid foundation. Okay, very beautiful. Okay, a sacred crystal that this book recommends is the azurite. It's Azurite. And angel assistance that this book recommends is Archangel Azrael. It's Azrael. And this is an angel that assists with life transition, support, and comfort. And an affirmation that this book recommends is, my mind is open. I learn new information easily. Very beautiful. And of course, as always, if you have your own affirmations you prefer, please do that as well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and see what guidance that Spirit would like to give you. Spirit, Holy Divine, what guidance, please, would you like to give Taurus? What does Taurus need to know, please, Spirit? What guidance? I hope each of you are having an absolutely lovely day. I'm so excited about all the new things that are coming to this channel. I wish I could tell you, but I just don't want to spoil anything just yet. What guidance? Oh, thank you. This one, Spirit. Oh, yes. More from this deck. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have only 2 cards this time. Surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. How perfect. It couldn't have been more perfect with another card. Wow. And you see this person, see, she has the blindfold on and, well, okay, I hope I've got the glare off. She has the blindfold on and she's needing to be able to see clearly. Okay. She needs to be able to break free, pull that blindfold off so she can accept things as they actually are and be able to be honest with herself, okay? Which this is not gender specific, okay? But I'm just saying there's a female on the card. But she has to be honest with herself here. And she has to figure out, you know, okay, this is the situation. What is the best path for me now? Okay. So it's just all going back. It's kind of like a confirmation, basically, of what came through in meditation and prayer. Okay, so that's all that I have for you for this weekly reading. Much, much love to each of you. See you next week for the long extended monthly reading. Much love.